Hi guys, welcome again. We were talking about in the we were and today in this book I am going to give a third part of the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind summary. So two part I already gave. In the first section I described the money blueprint. And in the second section also I described the money blueprint. So this is the third part. In this video, I am going to summarize the third part of the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, written by Harv Eker. So, before going into this is the third part. In this part, I am going to describe the 4 to 5 wealth principles that he separates between rich and poor author. So, in first two part, I described the section named the money blueprint. So before going to start summarizing, see, even I was observing entire book summary will take minimum 3 hours. So I was thinking, is it correct? Like book I am also saying it summary and it is also taking 3 hours. But I calculated it was right? See, any normal book is having 300 pages, right? And if 300 page you are summarizing in 3 hours, max 3 hours, 3 hours will not be minimum, it will be maximum. So if the entire 300 page of book you are summarizing in 3 hours, it means 1 hour for 60 minutes for 100 page. So 100 page is quite lot, right? And in 60 minutes you are summarizing, so it will be a very powerful summary. So it worth it, like I believe. So it's good. So let's without delaying start our summary. So first part of the secret of the millionaire mind was the money blueprint. In the money blueprint, basically Harv Eker was trying to describe how you feel about money, what you know about money is all according to your blueprint. If your money blueprint is set to for failure, if your money blueprint is set to for not making much money, then you will eventually not make much money. So if you want the reference of those two parts, you can go to my videos. I will put the link in the info button. So, and second part, in this second part, Harv Eker is trying to say 17 wealth principles that separates rich versus poor. 17 wealth principles. So in this video I will try to describe at least 4 to 5. So first point Harv Eker is saying in this section is, rich people believe I create my life, where poor people believe life happens to me. Again, first point is, rich people believe that I create my life, and but poor people believe life happens to me. Let's describe it. How true is believing that whatever you are experiencing now happened to you, versus believing that whatever happened to me has happened. Now I am master of my fate. I will create my life. It's like taking responsibility. So first point is very powerful. All the rich people, they became rich because they took charge of their life. They took charge of how they going to work, how they going to earn money, how they going to live their life. If you are not taking charge of life, then it means you are also in the category of poor, right? So all the rich people, they believe that I am creating my life. But where all the poor people, they will believe life just happens to me. I was not enough lucky. At my time, government was not enough sincere to open a school, to give English education, all those things. So the moment you are thinking that this thing happens to me, I can't do anything about it, then remember, you are also going to think in the same way. Always remember, rich people, whatever happens to them, they take full responsibility for those things, either good things or either bad thing, and they try to create their life. They try to become responsible for everything, right? So second point T. Harv Eker is saying in this section is, you are master of all the good and bad things that happens to you. Okay, how good? See, he's saying you are master of all the good and bad thing that happens in your life. Master simply means you know how to handle it when it became very good, and as well as how to handle it when it is not going well. So try to, basically author is saying, try to become master of your life, even in good situation and even in bad situation, when nothing is going your way, when nothing is working as you have expected, as you have assumed, as you have planned. So don't worry. Try again to become master. Try again to gain control. This is the second point under the first section. Rich people believe I create my life, where poor people believe life just happens to me. Okay. And second point under this, T. Harv Eker is saying blaming. Blaming, it means poor people always blame for everything. It means if someone is getting less salary, then they will blame their employer, that my employer is crook, he's very bad guy, he's sucking our blood, he's not paying me much. Here I would like to say, if you believe that you deserve more salary, and why don't you leaving your employer? He is not preventing you to leave, he hasn't chained you. So basically I am trying to say, don't blame someone else or something else for your failures, for your worries, right? So what happens is, lot of people, whether they are if someone is doing business, if something went wrong to them, they will try to blame, okay, economy was bad, okay, market was not right, okay, this was wrong, that was right, that was, try to take control of that, right? Don't blame. If you are playing the game of blame and blaming someone else, something else for your situation that happens to you, then you are not doing good to yourself. Okay, so try to gain control of your life. Don't blame. If you are blaming someone for whatever, like I saw some of my friends in office, they will say, I'm not getting paid less, I'm not getting paid more, my employer is crook. Like I am saying, if you believe you worth more, then go in the market, throw yourself in the marketplace. Let the marketplace decide your value, how much you worth it. Let the marketplace decide your salary. No one is holding you back, right? You are always free. So this was the third point under the section, rich people believe I create my life, where poor people believe life happens to me. Fourth point T. Harv Eker is trying to say is, poor people always try to justify that money is not important. Poor people always try to justify that money is not important, like money is root of all evil, money can't buy everything, love is important. So T. Harv Eker is basically very angry on this type of thought. He is saying that, assume you are having motorcycle. Is it possible that you are having motorcycle by saying that motorcycle is not important at all for me? No, it's not possible. Like if you are having your mobile phone, it means it was important for you. That's why you spent your 10,000, 20,000 money, hard-earned money, and you bought that mobile. So whatever you are having means that was important for you, and that is important for you. So you are having it right now and going to have it right now, right? And whatever you are not having, it means that doesn't seem important to you. If someone is so much conscious about health, it means he believes internally at the core of his subconscious mind that that health is really important for me. If someone is very rich, then at the core they believe that money is very important for me. So by saying this type of words like money is root of all evil, money can't buy everything, money can't buy happiness, love is important, you are trying to say subconsciously your mind that okay, money is not important for me. Okay, it is important. You have to get rid of this type of mindset. This is sort of justifying, like I saw in my real life. If I will try to discuss some 19 year 20 year age old age founder that they are worth multi-million dollar, some of my friend will try to justify the situation by saying okay, they are rich because they got venture capital firm. Oh, they are earning 2 cr annum as a salary because he was in the IIT, he was in the MIT, he was in the Harvard, he was in the Oxford. Like, they will try to justify the situation so that they can't, so that no one can focus on them that why you are not. They will just try to justify that anyhow. Somehow we all human try to justify the situation, but the author is saying don't try to justify it. The moment you are justifying something, it means you are broke. Okay, so like if you are saying something like money is not important, money can't buy everything, for this last point T. Harv Eker wrote is money is extremely important in the areas where it work, and money is extremely unimportant in the areas where it don't work. How true? Okay, for the people they justify that money is not important, love is important, money can't buy happiness. They T. Harv Eker put it a very fine point. That point is money is important in the extremely important in the areas where it works, and money is extremely unimportant in the areas where it don't work. It means if you have to pay your monthly bill, then you can't pay by love, right? And if you have to show love to your children, love to your wife, then just you can't throw the money. You have to keep a very solid amount of balance. That's why author is saying money is extremely important in the areas where it works, and it is extremely unimportant in the areas where it don't work. So saying that only money is important is also wrong. On the other side, saying money is not important at all is also wrong. You have to understand that money is important where it work, and money is not important where it don't work. So this was the first point. Rich people believe I create my life, where poor people believe life happens to me, right? So this was the first point. Now let me describe second point. So second point, T. Harv Eker is saying rich people play the money game to win, where poor people play the money game to not lose. Again, focus on the last point. You will say everyone play the game to win, but please focus on the last point. Rich people play the money game to win, but poor people play the money game to not lose. This to not lose. Okay, to not lose. So this is the difference between rich and poor. Second difference. All the rich people, if they are in business, they are very determined that okay, I am in business, I will definitely win. Of course, only saying that I will win is not enough. They have to have required amount of expertise, persistent effort, hard work. That is okay. But the mindset of poor people is, if some poor people is going into a stock market, their primary motto, their primary aim will be that okay, I will not lose money. So the mindset of I will not lose versus the mindset of I will win, this is a whole difference, right? So this is also a very major difference. For this first point, T. Harv Eker said playing the money game on defense rather than on offense. Very fine. He trying to say that poor people play the money game. Money game meaning it may be business, it may be a stock market, it may be job or whatever. So poor people play the money game on the defense, like they try to defense themselves, where rich people try to offense themselves. It means if you are fighting a battle, so there are two guys. The battle is going between A and B. Now just think, A is always aggressive to attack, and B is not attacking, and warrior B is not attacking at all. He is just defending himself. Whenever an attack is thrown upon himself, who will win? Of course, A will win because he is always in the offense mode. He is always in the attacking mode, where V is always in the defense mode. He is just trying to defense. So earning money, creating wealth is a sort of battle. Everyone is a warrior here. If you came into this battleground just with the mindset of defense, that if someone will throw something at me, then only I will protect myself, my business, my job, then it's not good. You always have to be in the offense mode, in the attack mode. That is very important. So this was the first point under the section rich people play the money game to win, where poor people play the money game to not lose. In this section, third point, Harv Eker is saying, if your goal is to be comfortable, then chances are you will rarely become rich. But if your goal is to be rich, then 100% you will become comfortable. Again, if your goal is to be comfortable, then chances are you will never get rich. But if your goal is to be rich, then chances are you will end up always comfortable. So, very true. What happens is, a lot of people will say, I want to become rich. Why? Because I want to live comfortable life, balanced life. Where some true rich guy will say, I want to become rich. Why? Because I want to become rich. Their goal is want to become rich, and living a comfortable and balanced life is just a byproduct of becoming rich. No. If you are rich, then you will by default live comfortable and balanced life, right? But if your goal itself is living comfortable and balanced life, then what may be the byproduct of this? You have to decide. But one byproduct is very clear. If someone will become rich, then living comfortable life and very balanced life is a very clear sort byproduct of that outcome. No. But if someone's end goal itself is living comfortable life and balanced life, then what may be the byproduct of that? You have to decide. That was the third point that Harv Eker is trying to say in the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And one more and fourth point under the section, rich people play the money game to win, where poor people play the money game to not lose. Harv Eker is saying, shooting the star versus shooting the ceiling. Again, shooting the star versus shooting the ceiling. It means what is major difference, mindset gap between rich people and poor people is, rich people always try to shoot a star. It means rich people think very, very big, where poor people even fail to shoot at their ceiling. So, and it is very true, like I saw whoever rich people at whatever level, they try to think very big in that level. But what happens with poor people is, they think very small. And in the first part, as I described, first happen thinking. After thinking, that thinking generates some feeling inside you, and that feeling forces you to take some action, and that action produces some result in your life, and that result again triggers some feeling inside you, and that feeling again forces you to think something inside your mind, and that thinking again triggers some action, and that action that you took again triggers some result, and this is the never ending loop that go on and on. But even in the first place, if you are thinking very small, then your action will be very small, and if your action will be very small, then definitely your result will be very small. If your result will be very small, then again you will feel in the same way. If again you will feel in the same way, again you will think in the same way. So this will become very constant and never ending loop. So this T. Harv Eker is saying that this we have to avoid. And last point in the section, rich people play the money game to win, where poor people play the money game to not lose. Last point, T. Harv Eker is saying, enough money to pay bill versus real rich. Again, enough money to pay bills versus real rich. What do you want? You want enough money to pay the bills, or you want to become really rich? What you want? Again, just like third point, if your end goal is to become rich, real rich, then paying your bill on time will be very direct byproduct of becoming rich end goal. No, but even in the first place, your goal itself, your end goal, your ultimate goal itself is to pay bill at the end of the month. Then what will be direct byproduct of this, right? So basically, Robert T. Harv Eker is trying to say, if you will shoot the moon, if you will shoot the stars, I am not saying that you will shoot the star. Even if you will miss the star, your throw will be out of the earth. But if you will shoot at your ceiling, then if you will miss, then what will happen? that whatever you have thrown, that will get back on your face. No. So T. Harv Eker is saying, try to think big and never have your goal just to pay the bills, just to live the comfortable life. Have your goal always to become very, very real rich. Why? Because first reason, if you will become the rich, then all paying your bill on time and living comfortable life will be very byproduct of becoming rich. If not, then say me any rich person who is very rich and he is not able to pay his monthly bill and he is not living comfortable life. No, impossible, right? And second reason is, even if you miss becoming very, very rich, at least you will become rich. At least I agreed that very, very, very rich you will not become. It's like if your target to become multi-billionaire, I agree that at the end of the day you will not become multi-billionaire, but at least multi-millionaire you will become. At least millionaire you will become. That will be, and becoming at least millionaire is sufficient to lead you comfortable life and to pay your bills on time. No. So this was the second point. Rich people play the money game to win, where poor people play the money game to lose. Third point, T. Harv Eker is saying, rich people are very dedicated to become rich, where poor people just want to become rich. Again, third point, in the book The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, author T. Harv Eker is saying, rich people are very, very obsessed and dedicated to become rich, where poor people just want to become rich. So it's very true. Like you or whoever we may have thousands of choices, thousands of things that we want, but we only act on some 5 to 6 things that we truly want, that we are dedicated toward that. Okay, as a human being, in one single day, we encounter almost 70,000 different thoughts. If just leave half, if even 20,000 thoughts in a day is just choices or just our wanting that we wish to happen, then we can't fulfill all 20,000 thoughts, right? We only do 1 to 2 things in a single day. It means we only do the things that we truly want, that we truly dedicate ourselves to, that we truly desire, that we truly hungry for, right? Only wanting is not enough. Simple math. In a one single day, we humans encounter more than 70,000 thoughts. And more than 20,000 thoughts out of 70,000 thoughts, what I believe is is choices that we want, like what if we have eating that food from that restaurant. All is not happening, right? And it is almost impossible to fulfill 20,000, even 10,000, even 5,000 choices in a single day for any human. But 1 to 2 things are very, very possible, right? And those 1 to 2 things, what they will be, that you truly dedicate yourself to, that you truly want those things, that you are truly hungry and insane and obsessed and dedicated and devoted about those things. This was the point that T. Harv Eker is trying to say. And second point in the section, that rich people are obsessed and dedicated to become rich, where poor people simply want to become rich. The second point T. Harv Eker is trying to say, that the number one reason most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. So second point is saying, the number one reason that most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. It is very true. Even in the book Rich Dad, Napoleon Hill book, what was the book? The Law of Success. In the Law of Success, or in the Think and Grow Rich book, author Napoleon Hills, this was the first point, that 90% of people don't reach anywhere in the life because they were not headed for anywhere. At the same time, either they are going everywhere, or at the same time, either they are going nowhere. Chief definite aim. This was the point that Napoleon Hill mentioned in the book Think and Grow Rich. Chief definite aim. You have to have very chief definite purpose, chief definite goal in life. Only then you will reach somewhere. So lot of people are just like a ship in the ocean, and they don't know where they are going. Either their direction is, either they are going in all four directions, or either they are going nowhere. If you are headed toward nowhere, then where you will reach? This is the second point T. Harv Eker is saying, although in more sarcastic way, that most people, then the number one reason most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. And it is indeed true. Even Napoleon Hill described the same point in the Think and Grow Rich, or in the Law of Success book, that people lack chief definite purpose, or chief definite aim, chief definite goal in the life. They are just wandering through their life. They are just going here, there in the life. No, that is you just have to know yourself, that what actually you want. What actually do you want? I'm again asking you, what actually do you want right now? If you will know very clearly, Vivek Bindra used to say, clarity is power. Okay, in majority of Vivek Bindra's video I saw, he used to repeat one line, that is, clarity is power, clarity is power, clarity is power. If you have enough clarity about the things, then ultimately you will find a way. Okay, so clarity is power. Again I am saying, if you have to know that what you want, what you don't want. You have to have a very clear picture in your mind, very clear picture. Clarity is power. So this was the second point. And third point also, he is saying, there are two reasons that people don't become rich, or people don't achieve their goal. First reason he is saying, subconsciously they don't want, or they don't believe that they will. And second, they are not doing the required effort to achieve that goal, to achieve that wealth, to achieve that financial milestone. Some people will say that even I am following all your principle, even I am believing, after all I am not becoming rich, I am not achieving goal. For that, T. Harv Eker said one point. He said, there are two reasons that you are not achieving your goal, or you are not becoming wealthy or rich. First reason is, subconsciously you are not believing that you will achieve that goal, or subconsciously you are not truly wanting that goal. Maybe you want something else. That may be the first reason that you are not achieving your goal, maybe financial, physical, spiritual, or emotional. And second point is he's saying is you are not doing the required effort. You are not doing what it takes to reach there. You only knowing, only believing is one step, but after all, you have to work. There is no substitute for plain hard work. Again, I am saying, you do thousands of affirmation. You read thousands of I will become that, I will become that. Read, decorate your entire wall that I will become that, I will earn that much, that much. But there is no substitute for plain hard work. The amount of hard work that is required, that you have to do in any way. There is no substitute for plain hard work. So this was the two reason Harv Eker is saying even after everything people don't achieve their goal. First one was they subconsciously they don't want that goal truly, or subconsciously they don't believe that I will achieve that goal. And second, even if subconsciously they want, or if subconsciously they believe, even after if they are not reaching, then the reason may be they are not putting the required effort. Believing and wanting, visualizing and doing all those things is one step, but there is no substitute for plain hard work. You have to do it. Okay. And one last point I will say. One fourth point is rich people think big, poor people think small. Just 5 minutes I will take in this point. This point is very important. So first, the last point is rich people think big, where poor people think small. Again, I described earlier, but in this point, Harv Eker mentioned 2 to 3 points. That is worth listening. That point is very important. If you will throw the entire earlier part, and if you will only listen to this point, it will be worth it. So, rich people think big, poor people think small. We already discussed thinking small and thinking big, right? Now, Harv Eker is saying there is a law of income. Do you know about law of income? We all heard about law of gravity. We all have heard about the law of force. But the bad thing is we are not taught about this actual life skill in the school. Even the same thing Robert Kiyosaki again and again discuss in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, that the required skill that we really need in our day-to-day life, a school doesn't teach us. So in fourth point, pay very attention to this. Harv Eker is saying there is a law of income, and that law say that you will be paid in the direct proportion to the value you deliver according to marketplace. Again, you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver according to marketplace. Just focus on the last 3 words also. Again, I am saying you have to focus on the last 3 words. You will be paid in the direct proportion to the value you deliver. After that, according to marketplace. According to marketplace. You just not have to mindlessly deliver the value. No. You have to deliver the value according to marketplace. According to marketplace means what things, action this society perceive as valuable. Okay. What work, what business this society perceives as valuable, you have to deliver on those parameters, not on mindlessly doing something. Like for painting your room wall, no one will give you $1 million. Society will give you $1 million only if you will do something that society believes as a whole that this work worth $1 million. So this is the law of income. It states that you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you delivered according to marketplace. For example, some day laborer, they are also doing hard work. They are also adding value from morning 6 a.m. to the evening 6 a.m. And in the second hand, a software engineer, they are also adding value. But software engineers are paid much more. Why? Because their value according to marketplace is much higher than value according to laborer according to marketplace. They both are delivering value. So before delivering value, knowing only that I have to create value is not enough. That value you have to create according to marketplace. So this was a law of income. Again, I am repeating this law of income. You will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver according to marketplace. And second point in the section, T. Harv Eker is saying there are 4 factors that determine your value in marketplace. Okay, now you know what is value. Now you know what is value delivering, and now you know how to deliver your value according to marketplace. But after that, T. Harv Eker is saying there are 4 factors that determine your value in the marketplace. First factor is supply, demand, quality and quantity. Again, there are 4 factors that determine your value in the marketplace. Determining your value in the marketplace means how much amount you will be paid for your work. It means laborers are paid very less, but COs are paid much higher. Why? Because marketplace give much value to COs rather than laborers. Why? There are 4 factors for that. First factor is supply. If your supply is too much, then there will be less demand, and if there is less demand, then there will be low pay. Okay, day laborer supply is too much, but there are very limited amount of supply for experienced COs, experienced CTOs. Okay, that is the first point. Second point is demand. If your supply is way more but demand is less, it's also bad sign. You are in wrong business. If your supply is very less and your demand is very high, then it's good to be in that business. If your supply is also normal and if your demand is also normal, then your business will be also normal. Third factor is quantity. If your supply is very less and if your demand is very high, and if you have that value in very high quantity, then you will earn a lot of money, na? So quantity also matter. After supply and demand, that is third factor, quantity. If, for example, there are very limited number of COs, okay, so some company hired some CO. If that CO is not delivering the work in quantity, in quality, then they will remove him as a CO. So quality, even after demand and supply, quality also matter. Like if you are CO, then it doesn't mean that quality don't matter. You still have to perform every day on the quality factor. And last is quantity. So quantity also matter. For example, if the demand is also normal, if supply is also normal, and you increase the quality little bit and quantity you scaled way much. In the same way, Walmart, Sam Walton made their fortune. Supply, like it was a normal day-to-day grocery. Demand was as normal for the day-to-day grocery. He added little bit quality and scale he did too much. He opened one Walmart super store in almost all the cities of Americas. So he scaled it. This is also very fine way to create wealth. So video went almost 40 minutes. So, and this was the 4 point that in the book T. Harv Eker, in the book The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, written by T. Harv Eker. And in the next section, we may describe next 5 to 6 point, and there are total 17 point. So, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and stay tuned.